get amazed by these statistics. This is the fact that New Zealand is the third fattest country in the group of rich nations, the OECD, behind Mexico and the US. 33% of our children are now considered overweight. I just find that quite stunning. Maturia, what do you make of this issue? Why?
There's a couple of reasons. One is poverty exacerbates poor food choices because people are desperate for food and they end up buying.
But why New Zealand? But why New Zealand?
Well, because I think there's a growing gap between rich and poor, and the poverty impacts are being seen in people's bodies. And on top of that, on top of that, these guys, National, cut the funding programs in schools, the healthy eating, healthy activity programs, the work that they cut out.
They're just putting 40 million. They're putting 40 million into a healthy schools program.
Cut the program that would require schools to only provide healthy food in schools. Yeah. So if we're talking about our kids' health, we need to get back to making sure in schools there's good healthy food for our kids to eat.
Haven't you seen the initiatives they're putting forward in place?
They have cut the funding for the two major programs that were having the greatest impact. HEHA and healthy food in schools. They cut it.
They did.
Blame them. They're responsible for the change that we're seeing in the last few years.
Okay, well, explain that then. What are you doing?
The fact of the matter is there have been a lot of these programs in the past that haven't worked, and so that's why we've put some money into one that will. 40 million in the budget for a program that is based on a model that's working well in Victoria. The particular initiative that we're bringing in will reach out to 900,000 young New Zealanders.
So not the New Zealand program that was working well in New Zealand.
We're interested in things that work, Materia, and this is a program that does work. It's already shown that young children in New Zealand have lost weight, they are fitter, they're faster. That's got to be good. And that's why we're working on this.
I don't think you're right.
No, he's not.
It is.
I don't think you're right.
Well,
we'll come back to before we go to Grant, why do you think we are so large? I'm stunned by the statistics. 33% of our kids overweight. And I know that in your particular area, the Waikato, you've got a particular problem with obesity, diabetes. Explain.
Yeah. Well, I don't think that we're as much of an outdoorsy type of country as we used to be. There are lots of young kids now inside playing on, PlayStations and all the rest a lot of the time. A lot of time in front of the TV, and also a lot more fast food. The combination of greasy, oily, fatty foods and a sedentary lifestyle, of course, is going to add to weight problems.
Grant.
It is so hard listening to Tim saying this because the last Labor government brought in a program called Healthy Eating, Healthy Action, which is what they are now pulling a piece of from the Australian program, saying we like that. They cut that. They called the attempt to make food and school tuck shops nanny state, and now Tim says, it's all about the terrible foods. It's the National Party's fault. They cut the initiatives that were designed specifically to address the obesity epidemic, and then 6 years later come along and go, we're going to put a little bit of it back. 6 years of irresponsibility.
All right then, Grant.
I looked at a piece recently from 1970s New Zealand television, and it was saying exactly the same thing as we're saying now. It's saying we need to stop advertising fatty foods to kids, and we need to watch what we're selling kids in the tuck shops. It's all pies and donuts. That was 1970, so 40, 45 years or so on. Everyone's shrinking into the audience here. Into the corner, sorry. There's a bunch of young people here now. If anyone can't afford to eat healthy, and who had takeaways tonight? Put your hand up. 1, 2, 3. Who had salad tonight for dinner? What did you have for night?
Chips.
Yep, okay. Backbenchers chips, though, they're really healthy, nutritious, cheap, good value. Come to the backbencher. Hi, what did you have for dinner tonight?
Chips.
Chips?
I had chips too.
Chips, good, yeah, cool. I think we're starting to unearth where this issue's coming from. Excuse me, did you buy these people chips?
Certainly not.
Certainly not. What did you have?
I haven't had dinner yet.
Haven't had dinner, okay.
Haven't had it yet.
That's not healthy either, right? Okay, all right. I think do you think that we do enough, hello sir, do you think we do enough in New Zealand to try and encourage young people particularly to eat healthy?
No, not really. I reckon government could do a lot more for that.
You put your hand up, takeaways, what'd you have?
Burger King.
Burger King, sweet. Okay. Well, let's back to you.
All right. Back to you, Tim.